Hey YouTube, what's happening? Hope everybody's blessed in this season. Super cold! Ah! Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, my topic for today is gonna be falling on your sword and the shield. Coming home on your shield. You know, just like, you know, in some of these heroic movies, like men who go out and fight their battles and then die for the cause, and you know, they come home on their shields to their loved ones, wife and children, blah 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 blah. The reason why I'm saying this topic is because, you know, it's a matter of bridging the gap between traditionalists and mgtow fellas. And I want my mgtow friends to not get the wrong idea about the traditionalists. You understand? The traditionalists, they're not like blue pill men. You understand? They really want a solution to all the rabid madness that is out there, that is done by women and society on a whole, and all these laws. They want these laws to change too. Alright? That's first and foremost. We do recognize what's going on out there. And you know, I'm gonna go in depth as to why we choose to live the lives that we choose, like why we get married still, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what could happen, regardless of, you know, being in fear of all our resources being taken from us, regardless of, you know, a woman being the way that she is. You know what I mean? You know, this is, like I said before, this is about bridging the gap. Because you see, the thing, man, if there's anything that we can have out of all this madness, we need to have brotherhood. We need to have a common ground where we can all sit down. You know, as the Templar guy of the channel usually says, you know, a place where men can come, remove their armor, put down their shields, sit down with with guys with the same common ideas, and have a conversation. We should be able to have the common conversation. You understand? Like I said before, this type of bridging the gap is not to be mistaken with those who are extremely blue-pilled. And I won't even call it blue-pilled. You understand? Because even to be blue-pilled means that you realize what's going on and you just choose to still deal with women. But simphood is really, really different than even blue-pill. Simphood is a denial. It's a straight-up denial of several things. It's a denial that this can happen to me. That's one. Getting a call. I'll call you later. Call you back soon, woman. Anyway, so simphood is basically, you know, them outrightly saying that these things are gonna happen to them. Them outrightly saying that women, you know, are capable of doing some horrible piece of crap. You understand? Them denying that, you know, this could actually be something horrible for society itself. Now, the thing about simphood is that eventually simphood always comes full circle. And when it comes full circle, it comes tenfold. Alright? And we'll get into that, you know, in another video of when things come full circle. But what I want to talk about is falling on your sword and shield as a traditionalist. You understand? Now, what do I mean by traditionalist? Right? First, I have to define what I mean by traditionalist. I'm a Christian. I was baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. I believe the Bible 100%. My wife believes the Bible 100%. Now, here's what it's gonna come down to. It is getting yourself in the position to submit to the Bible 100%. Submit yourselves to the teachings of the Bible 100%. Now, I'm not gonna say I will never dump on any man. I cannot dump on men. I'm not going to dump on anybody, because I've been in a position where when I told a woman something, she didn't listen, and whatever it is, and so I will never dump on guys and say, it's because you were never man enough, which is why she never. No, I don't believe in that. There are sometimes women are just horrible people, and I accept that. I accept that women are horrible people. And the thing is that I have changed myself according to that. You understand? I've changed myself and say, yo, listen, is either this going to happen or that is going to happen. And I just want to let people know that this is in the minds of some people, right? Some traditionalists, where they realize that women are extremely crappy, and it's not that we're going to deal with it, but we've decided that we're going to do something about it if we're going to date these women, right? Now, there have been instances where my wife and I, it's a relationship. You're going to have misunderstandings. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have like positions where you're not talking and stuff like that. But my wife has an understanding that God, the teachings of God, comes first for her, for myself, and then for our child. Now, my wife, in terms of the Bible, I let my wife know what I expect of her. If my wife does not follow God 100%, she knows that I am willing to walk away from her. She knows that. You understand? And the thing about it is that in life, you have to be willing to speak up and stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself, man. That's what mgtow is doing. They're standing up for themselves, but in a different way. And that's why I said people should not be bashing mgtow. People should be trying to understand them. And as a matter of fact, it's not even hard to understand them. Because when you look at and see what's going on in society, you'll understand why mgtow is such a growing phenomenon in men. And I'm being honest, I almost became mgtow because I was sick and tired of the crap. You understand? I was sick and tired of the crap. Like, even though I considered myself in a position of being able to date a lot of women that I wanted to date, you understand? The beautiful, the ugly, the in-between. And believe me, I would say I dated them all. I dated women from different ethnicities. I dated women with the same ethnicity. You understand? Same race, same color, different race, different color. I dated them. You understand? So I kind of understood what the different things about this was, like in terms of like, understanding that women nature, female nature, it's universal. Like, all women think the same, all women behave the same, and I'm sorry, I kind of still stayed away from the topic, but I hope you guys are like enjoying what I'm talking about. But getting back to the topic about falling on your sword and shield as a traditionalist, I believe my wife has a role, and I believe that I have a role. I believe that I was created for a role, and I believe that my wife has a role. Now, my wife says she believed that, right? And to me, she has proven that she does believe that she has a role as a woman to take care of the children, take care of the home, cook the dinner, prepare the meals, make sure everything is there for me when I get home from a hard day's labor. My wife understands that. My wife understands that she is, a helper, like what God created Eve to be. Eve was not created to be equal to Adam. At no point in time did the Bible say that Eve was ever equal to Adam. Eve was there to help Adam. She was a helpmeet. She was there to assist him. You understand what I'm saying? Now, people really get the misunderstanding of that, because guess what? If Eve was the same as Adam, then women in society would be just as creative and inventive as men. Most of the major creations and inventions in our society today came from men. And not just men, but even 10% of the men. So what does that even say about women? If 10% of the male population created all these inventions, the car, the home, the electronics, all these other doohickeys, right, was created by a man, then what does that say about women creating and inventing anything? Women have not really created anything. If they have like anything like substantial or something like super useful to society, right? This should help to solidify what a woman's position is in society. You understand? Your position in society is to groom. It is to groom your children and prepare them to give them over to the man so that he can teach them the life lessons that help them to become productive in their own lives and in society itself. Right? Anyway, again, I stared off the topic. I'm so sorry, people. But let's get back to, what it means to fall on your sword and your shield as a traditionalist. Now, I spoke earlier and I said that basically traditionalists know that shit can hit the fan real quick. Stuff can go bad real quick. My wife can call for a divorce real quick and take more than half of everything. Right? And it's not that traditionalists will look at it and say, hey, listen, I don't believe that it's not gonna happen to me, and I'm an alpha male and blah 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 blah. I'm being honest, really and truthfully with you. I don't believe I'm an alpha male. I don't believe there's anything such as an alpha male. The only alpha I know is God. Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, the who was, the who is, and the who is to come is God. God Almighty. That's the only alpha I know. That is the only alpha male I know. God himself. And that's the only man I really and truly look up to. Right? Now, the thing is that it's just that we realize what the outcome could possibly be, and the rate of percentage of how high it could happen to us, and just resigned ourselves to saying that, hey, F it. If it happens, it happens. I'll just have to deal with it. You know what I mean? And that's how I am in my life. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I'm just like this. I'm just like, yo, listen. If my wife look at it and says she going and all them things there and whatever it is, I will fight tooth and nail. You understand? In court. I'm not gonna get up and take it lying down, But I've resigned myself to saying this is a possibility of happening. Does it mean that I want it to happen? No. Does it mean that I'm saying that it can happen? No. Does it mean that I'm saying that it will never happen to me? No. Does it mean that I'm saying that it's a small percentage that it will happen to me? No. I'm thinking with the reality that at any point in time that my wife can lie to the courts that, hey, I'm unhappy in my marriage, my husband is abusive, my this, my that, my blah, 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 and lie about it to gain more than half of my paycheck, my home, the vehicles, and the child, or the children, because we're expecting a second child. Right? Now, with that being said, I've just resigned myself to understanding that this is a high possible outcome. And I said that, you know what, I'm just going to deal with the risk anyway. And this is what, some traditionalists are like. Whereas we just resigned ourselves to say, listen, I'm just living my life the way I want to live it. These things make me feel better as a man. For mgtow, guys, I understand 100%. 100%. Because like I said, I was going to go mgtow. I was ready to go mgtow. I was ready to go monk. Only deal with them in the workplace. I only say, hey, bye, hi, bye, that's it. You understand? Nothing outside of the workplace. But you know, I met my wife and things changed. So, you know, this is not to say that mgtow is anything wrong. Mgtow is nothing wrong. mgtow is doing the best they can at preserving their lives, and they should. They should. If there's nothing at the table that can give them peacefulness and solace and security to feel that their lives will not be lived in vain, then they should not come to the table. They shouldn't feel like they should come to the table. You understand why? Why should they come to the table? Why should we force men to come to the table if they don't want to come to the table, or if they don't feel secure in come to the table? And that's the next problem I have with government. Government forcing men to the table through law. And this is what I'm also talking about with mgtow men. You know, I have a couple of friends that are mgtow. I never, you know, I said to them that, listen, we can bitch, moan, and complain about what the problem is, but what are the solutions? What are the solutions? Because walking away will only work for so long. Walking away will truly only work for so long. It can and will truly only work for so long. What happens when they come after you? Because they will. Walking away it cannot be the only solution. It's not the only solution. Because by then now, I know you're going to say that now you're backed into a corner. Now you're going to react because you're backed into a corner. But we can't wait until we're backed into a corner to decide to act. You understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't wait until you're backed into a corner to act. Like I said, like in past videos, one of the main things that we want to look at is passing things through legislations that criminalizes certain things that women do, or especially bad women. You understand? Because that will send a message. Because the thing is that, you know, if the bad women are starting to be imprisoned, if the bad women are starting to, you know, be penalized, if the bad women are starting to if the bad women are being held accountable for what they do wrong, then the women that have these types of ideas, on their head, they're going to stop. They're going to like second guess, should they be doing things like this? Should they be false accusing a man of rape? You know, and then we have to even talk about the girl who staged her kidnapping. That girl should go to prison. I don't care what anybody says. You know, if you're old enough to stage something, that means that your mind is working, man. You are old enough to think and conjure up that type of idea to stage a kidnapping because you don't want to listen to your parents. No, man, you have to pay the consequences of that. You need to be held accountable for your behavior and your thoughts and your actions. You understand? We need to really start holding women accountable for how they behave. Especially the bad ones. We need to stop saying, oh, because she's a woman, it's okay. It's never okay, people. Men pay the price. Men are paying the price. And men out there are paying the price every day because they're out there dying for this freedom of expression and freedom of choice and freedom of behavior. And these men are basically dying in vain. Because when they go out there and they serve and they lose a limb and they come back, and these laws tie their hands or what's left of their bodies, they've basically served in vain. You understand? So, you know, mgtow and everybody else, like I said before, this is just a bridge between mgtows and traditionalists who believe that women have a role to play. You understand? That the man is the head of the household and that the woman is below the man. Not to say that she is below him as in she's of lower quality, but in terms of, you know, leadership positions, you always have to have a follower and you always have to have a leader. Not everybody can be a leader, and not everybody is meant to be a follower. I'm sorry, that's just life. In society, not everybody is meant to be a doctor. Some people are meant to be plumbers, electricians, mechanics, and I gotta tell you, plumbers, electricians, and mechanics make a good amount of money. I used to work on cars. We made a lot of money. It was just not my thing. Anyway, people, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys for when I upload the video of why Christians should not be celebrating Christmas. Stay tuned. Peace, love, and respect.